Welcome to the homestead. Glad you're watching. Well, today I'm going to finish up this tree and get the limbs that are thicker off of them and take all these and put them over there. Now we've been burning and the wind's blowing, so I don't want to put them on the burn pile just in case there's some hot coals still in there. So I'm just going to put them in a different place over that direction and we can burn them where they are. And so anyway, wow, everybody's fine here. I hope you're all fine out there. Let's get to working. I like to use these straight little sticks that come off of there when they're really straight like this in the garden as garden stakes. Saves us money and they're pretty strong. They last a long time. Some of them, if they're already dead on the, before we cut them down, those don't last very long. They rot pretty fast. But these fresh ones, especially the boat arts, they last a long time, and this is a nice straight stick. Not very tall, but it's perfect. Okay, these really tall trees that go way up into the sky, they are not boat arts. I guess in the last comment I made it sound like that was a boat art with the straight limb that I was cutting. That is not. These are those hackberries that grow really, really, really tall at the front of the property, really tall. And trunks get really big over, I don't know, decades. I'm not sure how old those trees are. But they line a lot of these country roads. I don't know why. Maybe because they're so tall and they're not a hindrance, and they make a fence line, so they plant them along the fence and then they attach the wire to the trees, and instead of putting fence posts in. I think that's the reason why so many of these country homes, yards, properties, acres, whatever, has the hackberries along the line. When they get old, they just break. Limbs just break off of them and they fall. And we're really worried because we put the garage kind of near that branches that fall. So far nothing's hit the garage, but you never know. So far nothing's hit, well, that's not true. Some did hit Lee's truck. And one branch did fall off and roll off my car, but it didn't do any damage. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. My point is that these big tall trees that I'm cutting are hackberries, and I think I got them all out of this grouping right here. Anyway, back to work. Okay, when I cut that branch, that tree trunk came rolling over into my leg, punched a hole in my leg with, look at that. Yeah, those are some pretty monstrously big thorns. So, anyway, it didn't bleed. I got a scratch too. A little bit of blood off the surface of the scratch, but I don't bleed very easily. If I'm bleeding, I'm seriously injured. So it just went in and out. So it's good. This is just craziness. Dangerous. This is why we don't want them on our property. Okay, that one was a close one. I didn't see Texas on the other side of the boat when I was dropping the tree, and Maribel was just right over on this side next to the pallet. So I was trying to make sure that the tree didn't go that way to hit Maribel. Didn't see Texas at all, like I said. And so I was trying to pull it to me when it landed on the edge of the boat, but it was only being held up by 4 spikes in the boat. All that weight. And Maribel decided she was going to go underneath. And so I thought I need to get the weight off, so I just started cutting limbs to try to get the weight off those. So I didn't cut all the way through. I was cutting, and I got about halfway through when I started easing down, and that's when I spotted Maribel. So I didn't keep cutting too far, so it didn't drop. And anyway, all's good. I just need to trim up those branches that dropped because they're too long for the burn pile, and I can't reach much of anything else over here, but so I'll rake and we'll take care of the rest of the business. But anyway, I'm going to go get something to drink. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the handsaw and I'm going to go up and down the trunks to get rid of the clusters of thorns. I brought you in close in that last video, I think it was, and so you could see the clusters of thorns all up and down the trunks. Well, it's the same thing. So I've kind of cleared it up a little bit. Now I'm going to drop all those, and they're going to drop on the ground, and then I'll use the wire rake to to get all those thorn pieces off the ground. And so that's what I'm doing when you see me doing this up and down the tree trunk. Okay, that looks like a pile that's gonna fall down, but it is what it is, right? The wind's really kicked up, so I'm glad I didn't put it on top of those other ones just in case the coals were hot. And so you saw Lee going around, that he went around with the tordon, and that's to kill any of the roots that are coming off those trees that we cut down. And what else happened? I don't know. Anyway, that's a lot of work. So I still have some cleanup to do, so let's finish the cleanup. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. It looks really great over here. It looks great over there. And I found one more area that I think I need to hit, and that's over where we have all the logs. big tree had fallen, and the top of the tree landed over quite a distance, and then weeds and other things, and then we just kept throwing stuff in there, and it looks like it needs to be tackled. It looks like it's thinned down at the front part, and so maybe we'll tackle it. But for today, thank you for watching. God bless you all. Be sure to like, share, press that notification bell, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the homestead. Bye-bye now.